God, I love this thing. So today is finally the day we are going to hatch our wyvern eggs and hopefully get a very nice breeding pair of fire wyverns and potentially a really good lightning wyvern, because that's all I got for right now. But first and foremost, I did get this trophy mount in the last episode, obviously from killing the alpha wyvern, and I didn't showcase that I put it on there, but I just wanted you to know. Now I have an alpha fire wyvern trophy, I have an alpha rex trophy, and these three, which you could probably guess why they're here, those three are for each of the Dinopithecus kings. We got on the left to right, Gamma, Beta, and then Alpha. So once we defeat each one, we get a trophy mount. We put it on the trophy mount itself. You know what I mean? And then we're good to go on decorations. But let's get into today's episode. So first and foremost, we have our 3 eggs. I hatched them down, which luckily I can do in here. Like, I could do it in this place, obviously because of the ASE units, but still, we can get them all done. So, again, hatch them all down to where they're basically just about to hatch in like 2 seconds once I drop them. So, let's start with the lightning wyvern, since that'll probably take the least amount of time. And then for raising them, I'm going to throw them in the breeding pen, the pyramid. So, we got to wait a few more seconds here. And let's see what we have. 190. Let me imprint. And let's take a good look at you. You are not terrible. You're a bit paler than I would have liked, personally. But stat-wise is really what matters here. 48 points in health. That's awesome. That's probably really the only good thing about this. But 48 is huge. So potentially I can definitely find some more lightning wyvern nests. Hopefully they're high levels, because I believe there is a 170 still flying around and maybe a 190. I don't know. I haven't been there in a little bit, but in the past, since I was passing by, I did happen to see a 170, so I'm definitely leaving that one there. I know once it's in the region, it'll spawn. It just takes a matter of time. So there's that. So let's first let you set up for a second, and let's go into a nicer spot right here and check out the 150. And then afterwards, we can do the 160. So this hopefully gets us a breeding pair. I'm hoping like one's a female and one's a male. That would be perfect. Nice. That's a nice coloring. And you are a male. And you, my friend, are a male as well. That's a little unfortunate. Stat-wise, nothing really great here. Stats on you. Nothing really great there. So we're definitely going to be using the lightning wyvern. That's without a doubt. I was hoping I could get some real convenient luck where I could get a breeding pair so I could start like stacking them and raising them. Because I do have the mod enabled where you can enable mating. Hence why they're not going to do it. Obviously they're children and they're not the same. They're the same gender, but that's going to be for potentially another day. I may not make an episode of that. It's really nothing special. I might just showcase, like, once I do it, like, oh, by the way, here's a fully stat buff, stacked and everything wyvern. But we're going to focus today on our lightning wyvern. So let's get on in our pyramid. Let's take a sighting. Nothing crazy, just a normal thing of RGs and Rexes. Nobody's gotten into these bounds. Perfect. Oh, by the way, you're going to see there are 2 wyverns in here. Those were experimental wyverns. I just wanted to show that they work even with the mod, because I thought maybe what was happening in the last episode, which I realized it wasn't that the Cinnamocrops was eating it. It wasn't that the Pteranodon was glitching out. It wasn't even the mod itself. It literally was the spoil timer. It just happened to be, I guess, because I haven't checked that place since like the beginning of the game, or rather when I started. So they were really, even with a few dino wipes, I guess they last about a week, the eggs. Roughly, not 100% on that, but that definitely was the reason why the eggs kept disappearing as soon as I picked them up, because they were at 0-0 once I did. So obviously once they're in the inventory, then the timer technically starts, but it was finished up. So anyway, this is literally was just experimental, just to make sure everything was working. But since I know that they are, let's get our wyverns out and about. So we have the 150 Wyvern fire Wyvern, a little dyslexic today, all good. We got our 160 fire and our 190 fire lightning. So in the dark, the wings look pretty good, even with the bit of black. Like, the wings are perfect. It's the body that I'm not a big fan of. But the body on this one, very nice. Very, very nice. So now I have to wait, because I also did test, which is another reason why I had the experimental wyverns. Again, they're low levels. I'm probably just going to disregard and not even use them. But they were just there to literally see about how long it would also take for an imprint, which it's about 40-50%. They'll have the imprint, and once I do that, it's 100%. So I really don't have to wait too long to do like multiple imprints. So now comes the fun part. That blinking, pretty creepy. But yeah, so we have to wait about probably 20-30 minutes, something like that, just to get an imprint, and then we'll see how great the stats are afterwards. But again, very happy with the lightning, because 48 points into health, very, very huge. So I'll see you guys in just a short while. Alright, so enough time has passed, and now it is time to give them their comfort food. So Lightning Wyvern wants Wyvern milk. You want to wait another minute, and you another minute. So I'm going to get 3 milks just to be safe. And as well, I guess, what else could they have gotten or wanted? Cooked meat, cooked prime, berries even. So I'll get a little smorgasbord of everything. That way I'm not having to run back and forth. But for the most part, that is pretty much that. Let's see. Let's grab some raw meat. Let's grab some berries. There we go. That's one of everything. I got cooked prime meat, and I also need cooked meat. I doubt they're going to want any of that. The wyvern milk, that's what I need. And we go 1, 2, and 3. So that should cover. Yeah, I doubt they're going for anything else, honestly. Worst case, could very well just come back here, but I'm going to doubt that very much. Yeah, so I also realized while I was waiting, they weren't eating the raw meat I put in the inventory. It's been so long since I had to actually grow wyverns that I forgot that they need wyvern milk. Luckily, we had a bunch from the alpha kills, so luckily didn't have to worry much about that. And we obviously had to feed them, and now they're pretty much grown. So you want wyvern milk. Let's get that ready here. There we go. That's 100% imprint. You want to go on a walk, and you want milk as well. So I was 2 for 3. Not bad. At least they're easy to do. Whistle. There we go. Don't know if I'm going to be able to get you to walk in here. No, I won't. What I could do, because I don't really... Will you? No. You're not going to move. So I could yeah, let me just make life easier, because you're not going to move either way. We go here. What do we want? Cuddle? Even better. Cool, so everybody is imprinted. Now I have to wait another, what? I'm at 53%, so probably another hour, I'd say. And I really don't know in the last clip why I said it's going to be about 20-30 minutes. I think I was looking at the time code of everything, and it was saying like an hour 20, and I just like erased a whole hour from my brain while saying it. So now it's going to be about another 40 minutes to an hour roughly, and then we'll be able to have a fully grown lightning wyvern as well as the fire wyverns, and just see how great damage and great utility they could be for me. So enough time has passed, and now our wyverns are fully grown and ready to take to the skies. So let's take a first look at the fire, and then we'll end up with the lightning and probably test out the lightning just to see how greatly it favors. Again, they're all 100% imprinted as I showed in the last clip, so everything is proper in the sense that they're as good as you're going to get. Now, in the future, like I said, if I could get some pretty nice lightning wyverns, hopefully high levels, but at least for the stat points, then we could breed and get a crazy good lightning wyvern to use for the duration of the series. So let's take a look. We have our fire wyvern, which looks, honestly, inside is probably not the best lighting. It looks a bit green. You know what? let's take them all outside. It'll be easier to show that off. So the female is our lightning. So let's go here and here. Now the side by side, again, we looked at them when they were little children. Now they are full grown adults. Looking very nice, especially this one. Like, this is what you'd expect a fire wyvern to look like. Brown with the red and the orange, like, it's proper. This one is kind of not really, it looks more ash colored, so I guess, you know, it is what it is. Nothing too crazy, but fire wyvern nonetheless. But that is the higher level. But again, in case you forgot, stats, not good on either of them, so for colors, they're great to breed in, but for stats, they're essentially useless. Now, to the main event, our Lightning Wyvern, which apparently has some red on it. Don't know where there's red on here. We have a bunch of the purple and all that I see. Yeah, I don't know. Unless red's like a hidden region, I'm not seeing a lick of red. So, yeah, there's that. Now, let's put them two away. There we go. And let's take a sip of water. And then let's test this thing out. So, health-wise, we could do a few things. So, level-wise, it is basically 12k. Now, this should go up a significant amount. Alright, about 1,000. Not crazy like I was expecting, but could definitely get a starting point. Weight, not gonna level it up. Stamina, probably get it to 1,000. Melee, obviously, is the end goal. Oh, I didn't even check. Health, probably end up with 20k since you can't take it in arenas. And most things aren't going to be too much a problem. And if they are, you could literally fly away. Hence the beauty of a wyvern. Now, do we have... There you are. Now, we can't get a great read on the stego, but we can on the Rex. So, 119 there. And it's doing 59 here. So, again... 191 ain't bad. I don't know what you're doing. 382? Is that going to be because it's a flyer, or is that going to be, like, base damage? Because that's pretty damn good if that's base damage. We probably got mate boost we got to deal with. Alright, 382. Alright, you are boosted. We could probably get a better read on you. Yep, 382 is going to be a minimum. Now, I don't think melee on this was really that good. Yeah, it's only 28 points, so that is amazing. Now, let's see. You go 368, 382, so it was, what is it, 362 or 342 was the damage? Now you're doing 398. Okay, so in that respect, we just pumped that up about another 100%. We should get a pretty significant damage. Well over 400, maybe even 500 at this point. Where is... Never seen Brontos here before. And I guess we're going to get rid of them. So, are you guys mate boosted? Let's find out. I don't think so. Alright, so 474 now. That's really good. So I could easily get this thing up to 1,000 in no time. And you could die. Thank you. And let's see. It was doing 191 on this. What was that even saying? Unless it was like 119. No, it might have been 119 and now it's 148. So that's pretty good too. Just take care of you. And we'll take care of you. Stamina is probably going to be more important to focus on right now, especially doing these attacks. So this should probably go to 300 per hit. Oh, even worse. 50%, so about 237. Still, pretty good, but obviously reduction on stegos are significant to this. Hence the point. Yeah, let's see. So from 677, 711. Alright, probably a little more level spent on stam, then I'll be good. Health, again, 20k will probably be enough. Weight, not going to worry about. Melee, we're going to pump the rest in once we hit those benchmark numbers. But that's going to do it for today's episode because I am so happy I have myself a max level lightning wyvern. It's like perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. Everything is going well for me. Endgame is starting to set off and I am happy for it. So if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Coming back here regularly, not just for ARK related content, but everything else I've been doing since. Check out my other channel, RHG Beats. Bunch of music remixes and music knowledge and trivia is there. If you enjoy that, check it out. Link is also in the description below. With that being said, hope you have a great rest of your day and take care. God, I love this thing.